Hi fish friends, I have an activity that I think you might like to try at home. All you need is some kind of lid. This one is from a shoebox, or this one is just from a delivery, something that came in the mail, but you could use a pizza box or something else, as long as it's fairly clean, and you can, maybe a grown-up could cut it for you. But we'll start with this one, and a grown-up will have to help you cut some holes in it. But first you'll need to gather some balls, maybe one or two, or maybe some lids of some kind. We're going to try using this bottle cap, and maybe this cap too, some from Recycles. But when you plan your cutting the holes, think about those balls and maybe cut them in different sizes depending on the size of your ball. So I have this rubber band ball. Can you see that? It's all rubber bands, so it kind of bounces. But let's see, if I roll this around by holding on the edges, remember thumbs on top, can roll it around. Doesn't fit through that hole. That's a very small hole. Let's see if it fits through this one. Doesn't fit through that one. Let's see about the next one. I'm tipping it and rolling it around, and it fell through that one. But I have smaller holes too, and I can try different kinds of balls. That ball was kind of bouncy and heavy. Let's see what happens when I use the ping pong ball. I'm trying to roll it around. I have to tip my arms up and down. Up, that one went through too. Well, we could add some things to keep our balls from going in or bouncing off. So I'm going to use this lid and I'm going to tape it on there. And maybe I'll put a rock in there too. I have some tape on this rock, and I think I'll put it over here so that if my ball comes through here, it might not fall through the hole so quickly. So this time I'm going to use a golf ball, and I'll put it in my tray. And it's rolling around. It hits those bumpers, kind of bounces off, but I got it there. Let's see if I can get it someplace else. I'm tipping it around. Oh, it went down the hole. I call this game the rabbit finds the hole game. And I made another one. I spent a little bit more time, and I added some stones, like a little garden over here, and some sticks. I taped on a shell so that when the ball goes there, it might bump. Here's another stone. Here are some buttons. They're just kind of stacked up. And then down here, I used a toilet paper roll. Can you see that? It's just a cut toilet paper roll. And when I put my ball in, now this one's a little bit heavier. I think it's from my foosball table. I can roll it around and try to get it through the toilet paper roll. Oh! It went down the hole. So you can roll it around and see what you can do when you play. Put the rabbit in the hole, or whatever you decide. You could even tape a cup to the bottom so that the ball doesn't fall on the floor, but it goes into the cup, and you can try to get it in there, in that hole. But I'm going to show you another thing that you can do, and I got this one started. This is just a cookie sheet, so it's kind of heavy, and I covered it with foil because I'm going to use a marker to make a race car path. So we have one game that's a rabbit hole, but this one is going to be a race car path. And I wrote on the sticker up here, it says start. And I'm going to drop my ball there, and I'm going to draw an arrow on this toilet paper tube so I know that I want the ball to go down there first. And then I'm going to make a path to try to get it to come to this toilet paper roll. And I'll put an arrow on that to make it, to let me know I want my ball to go that way next. So we're going here. And to make an arrow, I'm just doing a little triangle and then a line coming out of it to make sure, to make it look like that's the way I want it to go. And then I want to come down this way to this one. And I want it to go down this long tube down through this end. And there's my triangle to make it look like an arrow. Can you see that? And then I want it to come out this tube and go through this tube. And there's my arrow. And then the last one I'm going to do is tape it right here to the end. And I did that in red. You could just use red paper and green paper so that you know which is the start and which is the end. So I'm going to tape that one down. That's my end. Here's a little tape on both sides. And then I'm going to tape it right here. So that's where I want it to end. And I guess I'll put a little arrow from here to here. And that is my race car track. Now I've never done this. I've never played this, so it might not work. It might be really hard, but I'm gonna hold with my thumbs on top, hold up my tray, and I'm gonna hold it down here because it's a little bit easier for me to see. I hope you can see it too. And this time I'm using a big marble. I found a big marble. Whoop, oh boy, that marble's getting away. I got through my first tube. Now I need to get to this other tunnel. Oh boy, I have to tip it. It's not easy. Can I, got through, yay. Oh, it kind of takes me right to my next long tube. Down it goes, almost jumped the track and off the tray. Now I'm gonna go this way. I'm following my path and the arrows. Got through. Oh, my ball's going crazy. It's way over here. And it made it to the end. Can you see it? It's right there. So you can use a ball, but if you don't have one that size, you can try using a bottle cap because it slides too. Here we go. We'll start at the top and go down and then shake it to get to the other tube. Down it goes to that tube. Now I have to move it this way and that way. Whoa, it jumped the track. That's okay. I can put it back and keep going. And, oh boy, it's not easy, but it made it to the end. So that's a racetrack, and this is a rabbit hole. Have fun with that, whichever one you make, and give it to someone else in your family. Maybe they can try. Experiment with different size balls and different things. You can even add interesting obstacle courses to your racetrack or to your rabbit holes. So have fun with those activities, and if you make one, ask your grown-up to take a picture and share it with us. See you next time, friends.